Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Caitlin. I would like to talk about today, I'll be talking about Cats 101. And I have here a really cool cat sitting right on top of the headstock of a acoustic guitar. So, yeah, basically, I would like to say about cats is that number one rule is that you don't shower them. You never ever, like, even a damp towel, you don't shower them at all. I know we do that with dogs, especially like if there's a lake or riverside. And yeah, they can just go in the ocean in the seas right there and wash themselves. Or if we're on the city, of course, we have to bathe them for dogs. But for cats, on the other hand, I'm not sure as to why other people shower them, bathe them, which I have no control over because that is their own cat. So, what I can have a say on is that they're the cleanest animals that are domesticated on this day forth in our modern day times, and that as well as they are very low maintenance, very low profile. They just want to be like quiet, silent, and have their indoor moment. They really came out of the box. Literally, not the cat in a hat, but the cat in a box. They love boxes a lot more than the product that it came with, like the pet bed or something. Dogs are reverse on the other hand on that part, so I really believe that the two animals are different and a lot alike either way, yeah. And for cats, they really like their food moistured. They can also be vegan. Dogs, there are vegan dogs and there are vegan cats. And I really think that we should move forward with our lives with being vegan ourselves and being vegan the animals as well. So, yeah. I mean, the food chain itself, if we're talking about food chain, there would be the food of being the meat and being the vegetables, fruits, and nuts on the other hand. Which, if we go with the fruits and nuts, right? So we would basically protect them, give them a better life, per se. And for us too, we would have better health, but that isn't about that. And I have a whole other video that I talked about veganism and how it changes the world one step at a time, one day at a time. And as well as they can thrive on just eating dry food and sometimes wet food as a treat. Yeah. But let me get into that. Treats are mostly you have to do a psychology on that one. So basically, if we are going to want to give them treats and as well as do tricks as well to learn new tricks, like an old dog learning new tricks, it's an idiom. I believe that an old dog can still learn new tricks, which means no matter the age, no matter how old the animal is, the person is, it can be applied as well. No matter how old we are, age doesn't matter, folks. So, what I'm trying to instill here is that a cat can be taught ways, numerous of ways that a dog can too, with tricks like sitting or jumping and flying. A cat can fly like a squirrel. So, if you want to do a training ground for cats itself, I'm going to be talking mostly about cats, but this can be applied to all other animals as well. I believe that we have to give them the treat first as a part of the psychology. We have to give them something first and then do the trick that you want to teach them and then give them a treat again after. It's always the treat in between, before and after, here and there. And yeah, that's how we give and take, and as well as have them learn something new. And it's not just about the cats learning new things, we actually learn a lot from them more than we learn a lot from other people mostly. And then they teach us a lot of like values in life and virtues. For me, I learned how to be more disciplined. I learned how to be more consistent, and as well as very respectful, loving, and kind to more than just another human being or another kind. And we're all animals. I believe that we are nothing alike, and we have more commonalities with animals themselves. And all of us are naturally natural. We're part of the nature itself, and we should take good care of them as well as ourselves right here. We should look out to each other as we look out to our own kind, our own selves. And I know nobody cares about other people that much outside, and we should start caring about other people, still have that community. I hope that most communities are still alive out there, like not just for race, but for animals too, because they're a part of our community. They're a very huge part of our community. And yeah, the LGBT communities, in between those communities, like the insides of it as well. Like in a community of humans, we have the community of animals right here. I love them. And people with tattoos and welcome them, even the LGBT and non-discriminatory things in our communities. Cats are very simple, very clean in their places, and very territorial as well. I mean, all animals are, especially when we go to the nature. Animals are very territorial. They're not going to attack you right on the spot or anything like that, or eat you or devour you like we do with animals. Well, sad to say that we actually devour them. And I'm very ashamed of myself of being human as well, that I have been there before. And right now I'm vegan for over a few years, and I will be for a lifetime. It's the best decision I have ever made in my entire life, and I will forever be in depth with this, that I am seriously going to be full-pledged vegan. Especially like even if you're the only one in your community, or just like before when I was the only like very full-on lesbian, that I wasn't even out before, and there was no representation of it in my community at all at that time. And I have surrounded myself with a lot of straight people, but right now we're going to be talking about cats and animals in general. So yeah, with animals themselves, they are a huge part of our community, and there's little to no representation for them, especially like furries and therians, and people who are very devoted to animals are few and far between. So I am one of those outliers, in that I would be here, and that's my purpose, to be the vegan voice and representative to all the animals that there is in my community currently, and to the future of animals as being the voice for the voiceless. And I'm so proud of myself that a lot of people are doing the same thing, not just me in my own little community, but also other people who are far out there in Europe, in the US, and so forth, in Asia as well. Everywhere around the world, there's a lot of us. We're spread it out in each facets and communities, and that's the best asset that we have, that we're spread it out. And as well as when we collab and join together in collaboration, I think that is very beautiful. And there are a lot far more that we can support animals and cats themselves, is that when we provide a better shelter for them, Especially, I really want to say and shout out to those people who actually rescue and adopt instead of buying to a shop or collecting one from a breeder. Breeder is very unnecessary because that's how they develop the sickness that an animal would have because they were forced into reproduction. And for the shop, it has a label. So for cats in cat shelters, they have the seniors and then the black cats, the injured ones, missing limbs, the blinds, and so I really think it's very necessary to actually adopt these cats and give them a second chance in life than to be in shelters for most of their life, and especially the street ones. We can really rescue them because I've seen a lot of cats in the streets that are either newborn or a little tiny little baby, like very just inches of my hand, like like my palm, like this yam big. And animals are very serious with their labor. So basically, they give birth to multiples of other cats, the multiples other dogs, sometimes one, sometimes like a multiple at once, at one go. So it's really serious, and we rarely have a few rates of like lower birth of animals at once. I have so much experience in working at a vet clinic. I have hand in hand helped animals around, having them snipped and everything, and as well as. But for me, I'm not very a big fan of medication for animals because I believe that even humans ourselves that we have to be living a natural life than not. Yes, there's little to none of the effects that or benefits that it can help us in our bodies because we have natural antibodies and all that stuff scientifically. So I think for animals they are good as themselves because we are part of nature as well, so we are good as ourselves as well. So as a baby, newborn, and then giving them vaccines and stuff, I don't think it's necessary. Especially that's where people would really sickness if we put strange chemicals in our own bodies. And if you want to really vaccinate them for their own safety, for other people's safety, or for your own safety, then I would recommend that you could vaccinate them every once in a while. So it would take like a months to years later before you vaccinate them again, but not as frequent as a few months in interval, because that will be really heavy on in their body. And then of course there is side effects, like they would have to be more feverish, or they would be more limping and like loss of appetite. That is very common, but as well as we don't really have to medicate them as often as we were taught to, or if it is written down in a penmanship on all sorts, we don't really have to. I mean, I don't recommend it as well. A lot of businesses are mainly just money making machines, and in today's world, we are really rushing into these things, and that we really just live on day to day with our thumbs, and we just live on taking the green paper with ink on it. But isn't that what life isn't about? Life is definitely not about materialistic things. It is all about the relationship and being kind to one another, being gentle and kind to ourselves. Very first and foremost, that we have to do this, we have to be kind to ourselves. And in that lighter note, is that we and how we can be kind to others as well. Other people, other kind. We're all the same thing. Get your dream cat. I've always wanted a white cat, so I'm gonna shout out Frost on my video, this video right now. Frost, hello, wherever you are, I missed you and come home to me. My doors are still open, and you are this very bright boy cat that has an odd eye, they say, but to me it's very unique, special, and one of a kind. So he has a blue and greenish, yellowish green eye, and a full-on white coat without any patterns on his fur. So I have here, I'm gonna show you my really cool tattoo. So one of my cats and my tattoo on my right arm is Frost, and the other one is Tris, which is my cute baby boy orange tabby that I have right now that you have been seeing on my YouTube videos and music and so on, even in my book. They're both my boys and they're very special to me, and I love them so much. I also wanted to have a next cat called Phantom, which would be, of course, a black cat. Cheers. Phantom would be either sex, either gender, but he or she will be named Phantom. And for me, like male cats, there's something else. And apart from like male humans, I really like male cats. And there's few and far in between that I like males that are human. Female cats are really nice too, but I haven't had one before. But I think I would name her Kuslig or Misik. If I would have two female cats, that's going to be their individual names. I really want all kinds: tuxedo, calico, Maine Coon, breed or no breed, regular cat, everybody. Every cat is the same. Local, domesticated, or imported, exported. No matter the size, no matter the age, no matter the injuries that they have or the missing part of their body that they have, that they're injured or they're limping, either way. It's actually really cool to have a senior cat as well. I really want to help a senior cat one day and adopt her or him into my home until the last days and remaining years of their lives, and it will be so amazing. It's just like I'm giving them a second chance in their life, and they're very cozy, very warmth and loving and caring. So I really think that that is very essential as well to consider as well, to adopt a senior cat. A senior black cat, a black cat, they're not bad luck. They're very much a lot of luck, to be honest with you. Black cats often do not have yellow or green eyes, and they're very, very endearing. They're very sweet and enticing. I love them. But I do want a big giant cat myself, a wild one, a bobcat. It's so cute, a baby bobcat, and then it'll turn to a really big pantera. A puma. That pink cat. Oops, it's a flamingo. And I know lots of you would mistaken these headphones as like the cat ear headphones one. It could be. Moreover, cats are very, very sweet, loving, they're generous, they really retrieve as well themselves and something special to them. So Tris is the other cat on my right arm. I call him a flower boy, and lots of other different things, and he is going to be 2 years old in this coming new year. Goju okot nirar. This new year he's gonna be turning 2, and he's very big as a 1-year-old, so I really love that as well about him and many other things. He's a very wondrous boy. There was one time I couldn't even stay up because I was sick in my bed, and I slept for the whole afternoon, 6 hours straight, and then I was like, why is there something heavy on my left leg? I have a tiger on my left leg, if you have seen in my first video, and that leg, he hugged me for the entire 6 hours straight, and I was like, he was hugging me like a bolster pillow. I made him something that is very sweet that I left before, and now I got it back. So I really made this for a lot of hours and days on, because I wasn't doing this very straight, and it was my first time to try to do a beanie. So this really cool beanie, it's unfinished. I made this crochet. As you can see, it kind of looks like a firework as well, but anyway, it's really cute that it's unfinished. So this is like representation to rest, and he made it into his own like pillow. And if you'd like to see Frost, I made him into an actual pillow right here. This is Frost's picture, and back to back, as you can tell, it's like a neck pillow. It became a neck pillow as, yeah, for traveling. Love your cats, love your animals, love them as much as you love yourself and other humans. They are family. They are a part of our family, and at the end of the day, sometimes they're your only family after all. And that's not bad, and that's not sad as well. It is the best thing ever, because silence between two people that love each other is very important to have as well. Not just talking all the time, talking nonsense, but also talking in between those silence. I love that. It's very, very nice and very thoughtful, very peaceful. There we have it. So which team inside are you on? The white team of cats? Arr. Or both, and the black cats too. Of course, white and black cats are nice. Have you seen an Abyssinian brown cat? Really cool. Great coat patterns, Russian blue and Persians. They're very, very amazing as well. Oh, and cats don't like to be in one place. They have to stretch out a lot. I know a lot of owners, especially in Asia, they put them in a bag to travel around and stuff. You can put them in a basket when you ride your bike. Be more fun and creative. They get easily bored and they want to play a lot, and especially when they try to hide and seek your foot or your leg. Give them your time, especially just drop everything for your dogs, for your cats, for your animals, for your birds, and for your hamsters, for your rats and mouses. Just drop everything for them, and drop everything that you're doing productively to live on and not get bored and be productive and active in your life. Make them as part of that. They're a huge part of our lives, and make them a huge part of our lives too. And then especially like when we go home, when we're outside, what do we look forward to, right? Not our things, not our material things, not our money, but we look forward to going home to them. Makes us all happy, jitty, like we're gonna be back in a jiffy, that they're happy, we're happy, that we're happy going home to them. Yes, it is I, Caitleen. And that's it for me. Thank you guys. Bye bye.